Hi there, I'm representing Hyper Twilek here on YouTube. I'm going to read today from the Star Wars, The New Essential Guide to Alien Species. Today I'm going to read about the twileks. The twileks are tall, generally thin humanoids indigenous to the Ryloth star system in the Outer Rim. Their most notable features are their tentacle head tails, called both lekku and chin-chun, that protrude from the back of their skull, distinguishing them from the multitude of other species found across the known galaxy. These fatty, tapered, prensible growths serve both sensual and cognitive functions, including the storing of memories. In fact, some of the records located from the Old Republic era indicate that this storage capacity allowed the Jedi Leia Secura to recall her Jedi training after her memories were stolen from her. In conversation, twileks will often refer to their lekku individually, chin meaning the right lekku and chun meaning left lekku. Twilek smooth skin varies in variations of blue, red, orange, yellow, deep green, and even striped. Sharp, claw-like nails punctuate their long, flexible fingers, and their orange or yellow eyes are especially good for seeing in the dark. Ryloth is a dark, rocky world with a peculiar orbit that has resulted in half of the planet becoming a barren, unlivable desert where the sun rays constantly scorch the surface. The other side is always trapped in frigid darkness. Most of Ryloth's indigenous species inhabit the cold, dark portion of the planet, while the twileks live in cities carved out of the mountains in the twilight. Sections of the world where the temperature is somewhat comfortable, theirs is a primitive industrial civilization based on windmills, air-spun turbines that provide power for heat, light, air circulation, and minor industry within their city complexes. Frequently, hot air blows from the sun-based regions referred to as heat storms. These winds drive the turbines and windmills. The dry twisters can reach temperatures in excess of 300 degrees Celsius, with gusts hitting 500 kilometers per hour. While dangerous, they provide the warmth necessary to sustain life. Twileks are omnivores, cultivating edible molds and fungi, and raising both bovine rights for food and clothing. While their ancestors might have been hunters who struck out upon the frosty plains to find game for sustenance, present-day twileks have developed a more agrarian society. The Twilek people are highly intelligent, capable of learning and speaking most galactic languages. Their own dialect combines verbal sounds and subtle movements of their lekku to communicate complete concepts. Even the most advanced linguists have difficulty interpreting all the head-tail movements inherent to the Twilek language. For this reason, when two Twileks converse in public, their discussion often remains completely private, unless it is observed by another Twilek or quality protocol droid. This linguistic feature has been the cause of much suspicion on the part of many outsiders throughout history, particularly Imperials, who believed that since Twileks sent secret signals with their head tails, they were duplicitously spies. In truth, Twileks see their lekku as spiritual appendages, and in jostling them will express the movement of inner divinity. While this may indeed be considered extra communication, it is actually contact at a metaphysical level. While the meaning is mostly private between speakers, it is usually not two-faced or deceitful to those outside the communication. Unless absolutely necessary, normally is merely truthful and real, and cannot go against a verbal expression, not at least without extreme concentration. Recent studies done by the Jedi of the New Republic found that Twi'leks are, in fact, generally a Force-sensitive people, and that their lekku interaction is tied to their inherent Force sensitivity. Treatment at the hands of the Empire, contrary to the paranoia expressed by the Empire, the people of Ryloth are not at all warlike and remain clear of the Imperial conflict during the Galactic Civil War. Although, if they had been called upon to spy for either side, they would have been quite good at it. They refer to their cunning slyness over physical confrontation. Hidden beneath the surface of their world, their city complexes are massive, interconnecting networks of catacombs and chambers. Built into rocky outcroppings, they blend right in with the environment of the planet. Vivid evidence of this people's subtle nature. Each of their cities is autonomous and governed by a head clan consisting of 5 Twi'lek males who collectively direct industry and trade. Those leaders are born to their positions and exercise absolute power. When one member of the clan dies, the remaining 4 are driven out to follow their colleagues to the Bright Lands, making room for the next generation. If there is no immediate generation to follow, a set of regents takes over until the new head clan can be selected. Given that a seat within the head clan is handed down within families, intra and inter-clan rivalries abound. Subterfuge within one's own clan is almost to be expected, although Twi'leks who are caught and disgraced among their people are also driven into the Bright Lands. Because Twi'leks possess no spacefaring capabilities of their own, they have grown dependent on neighboring systems, as well as on pirates, smugglers, and merchants, for much of their galactic interaction. One of their greatest exports is the mineral ryle, which is used in many medicines, but also as an expensive and addictive recreational drug. Ryloth has become very vulnerable to the underbelly of galaxy life. Slaving vessels have often combed the planet to stock their thriving ryle stores, while smugglers often raid ryle storehouses. Some head clans have actually given their own people into slavery as a protection payment, feeling threatened by the possibility of widespread pillaging. Slavery has been historically a serious problem among the Twi'lek clans, particularly for their female members. In traditional Twi'lek society, women are expected to be subservient to men and often treated as afterthoughts or accessories. They are considered particularly intelligent or capable, having value only to the degree that they please others. Twi'lek women are commonly sold into slavery even by their own clans, to become dancers or companions, as their beauty and grace is favored galaxy-wide by many different species. Lethan or red-skinned Twi'lek women fetch a startling high price on the open market. With the dawn of the New Republic, some head clans on Ryloth banded together to stop the slave trade and protect one another, the retribution of angry smugglers and traders. This has created a much safer environment, and more legitimate trading organizations have started to bring business to the world. Following this, Twi'leks began to take on a more visible and influential role in the New Republic, often serving as pilots and advocates in other positions. This prominence was almost jeopardized when the rogue Imperial warlord Sini brainwashed Twi'leks into attempting and assassinate Admiral Akbar and Republic hero Wedge Antilles. Following this, all Twi'leks were temporarily removed from active military duty until the plot was discovered, thankfully before it could reach its conclusion. The Twi'lek species was vindicated and returned to its former level of influence in galactic affairs. The designation of a Twi'lek is sentient, and their home world is Ryloth. Ula and Len Mi were both Twi'lek slave dancers at Jabba's palace. Ula died in the Rancor's cage when she rebuffed Jabba's whims. And don't forget, this is the Hybrid Twilek channel here on YouTube. There'll be more stories and videos to come. Thank you.